Most MEXT applications get rejected even before the research plan is read by anyone. It's not because the student is not qualified, but because of this one form, which is the first form, the preliminary form. In this video, I will teach you step by step how to exactly and correctly fill this preliminary application form. Hello guys, I'm Shaurya. I have been living in Japan since 2021, and over the years, I have seen many students come from India to Japan to study in Japan through different scholarships. And today I will be explaining you the preliminary application form of MEXT Scholarship. In the first instance, this form looks very simple. It's very easy. Sometimes the simplest of the forms will have smallest of the mistakes. So I want to make sure that you will not make these silly mistakes while filling this form and your form will go through. This video is categorized into four parts of this application form. Firstly, it's the basic details. Secondly, your educational qualifications and achievements. Third is your research plan. This is the most important one. And fourth is the universities and the professors you would like to work with. To get started, in front of my screen, I have the Embassy of Japan in India's website. And this form is mainly for the students who are applying for masters and PhD in Japan, who are currently doing undergrad and also postgrad in India. The main site of reference for us throughout this video is this Embassy of Japan in India site. This is the official site for all the guidelines, all the rules and regulations for this scholarships application process. So here, if you look at the page, I am in this page of study in Japan for research students of 2027. If you want to open this page, here is the URL. The URL is on the top. This is the URL. Or you can just search MEXT Scholarship India and it will redirect you to this page. So, okay, the main page looks like this. This is actually the main page. Right now, for our preliminary application, we will be going to the research student section. And if you go to the research student section, if you look carefully, there are a lot of details. This is the most important document. It's a full document of guidelines which you have to follow. And as you go below, uh, it describes what is this scholarship about, who are the target audience for this, what age requirements are they looking for, and what are the fields of study available in the scholarship and everything. For the preliminary application form, I want you guys to first download this form. As we come to this how to apply section here, there is this link for the preliminary application form and just click on it to download. I clicked on it. It's downloaded here, right? And for the purpose of the demo, I have already filled the application form. So I will take you step by step through that process of application form. And always remember this email. This is very important. You have to email this to this email ID, scholarship-india@nd.mofa.go.jp. That is the email ID which you have to email this form. And also remember that this is only accepted in Microsoft Word format. It's mentioned here. Formats other than Microsoft Word, such as scanned copies of handwritten documents, PDF files, PowerPoint files, Google Drive links, Google Docs, everything will be rejected. Even Google Docs will be rejected. Okay, you have to convert them into doc format which is compatible with Microsoft Word. Okay, let's open the sheet. This is our preliminary application form. I will zoom in here. All right. So if you look at this first, I want you to read these most important 7 instructions which are right in front. All right. So first, please submit your application by email to this email ID, which is the same as before, in MS Word format only. MS Word format, not even Google Docs format. Okay. MS Word. So if you don't know how to convert, just search online how to convert something into MS Word format and just convert it. And you should send that file. Kindly ensure that the file size does not exceed 1 MB. Very important, file size limitations is 1 MB. Please note that applications submitted in any other format or through any other medium may not be considered. Okay, it's very clear. Only one format, MS Word format, and it should be less than 1 MB. That's it. And second point, please ensure that a photograph is attached to the designated area before submission. Very important, you should have your digital photocopy or even physical, depending on how you are filling the form. But today we are filling the form digitally online here. So you should have like a image file, photo file in your laptop or your desktop. Third, applications will be evaluated based on the submitted information and research plan. So this application will be evaluated not just based on the basic information, but also on the research plan which you are writing in this. Very important. You should not skip the research plan section. Incomplete applications, including those missing the field of study or research plan, will not be evaluated. Very strictly, they are saying it will not be evaluated. This applies to master's course applications as well. Not only PhD, even for master's course, you have to mention your field of research and also your research plan. If your research plan exceeds 2 pages, you may include an additional 1 or 2 pages to ensure that your proposal is explained clearly and comprehensively. Okay? Because sometimes your plan might be lengthy. So they're saying that you can take 1 or 2 pages more, but make sure whatever you're explaining is very clear so that it's easy for us to understand. That is what this point is. So main emphasis is actually given to the research plan section. The fifth point, the guidelines available on the embassy's website are provided solely for reference and general information up to the preliminary application evaluation stage. The documents specified in the guidelines are required only from candidates who are shortlisted and invited to appear for the written test and interview. Applicants are therefore requested not to attach or submit any additional documents at the preliminary application stage. So, in simple words, what they're saying is this is the first step, the preliminary application. They are requesting you do not attach anything more, just attach this Word document. The rest of the documents requirement is for the people who have been shortlisted in this round. After you apply, the embassy will shortlist set of people. They should submit the other documents, not now. This is the very first stage. So very simple, do not submit any additional documents. Applicants are encouraged to complete the application form thoughtfully and to the best of their understanding. To help us manage inquiries efficiently, we kindly request that the embassy be contacted only for important or necessary matters. So they're saying that do not contact the embassy for small reasons, for little things which you can Google search or even search on YouTube and understand. Because embassy will be getting lot of applications and emails in this time. So please do not burden them with small questions. And the final point, in principle, the university preference mentioned in the application must remain unchanged and no changes will be permitted at a later stage. Applicants are therefore advised to carefully research Japanese universities and professors before filling this information. Please note that the applicants are not required to contact Japanese university professors at this stage. At the end of this form, there is a section for the professors you want to work with, in which universities are the professors working and what is their department. So, what they're saying is once you fill in the names of the professors and the universities, you cannot change throughout this application. So, it's very important that you research very neatly about which professors, which department, and which university you want to work with because you cannot change it. And also during this application process, this is the very first step. So during this first step, you are not required to contact any of the Japanese professors. You can just Google their names, search their departments, extract the names of the professors, and just enter those names in your Word document. That's it. Do not contact the Japanese professors now. For the purpose of demo of this video, I have chosen a dummy name and the dummy details, but I will guide you step by step how to fill it. And for the ease of this video, ease of understanding, the person I have chosen is a student who is studying bachelor's BTech in third and fourth year of the BTech, so that it's easy for most of you to relate. But that does not mean this is only meant for BTech students. If you're doing bachelor's in India, it could be BCom, BBA, BCA, BE, anything. This is for you. Okay, but just for understanding, I have chosen a student who is studying in BTech third year, studying computer science, and he's trying to apply. That's it. Okay. Firstly, the first section is the field of study. The field of study. Uh, Here, the information mentioned is applicants are advised to choose one field of study from the list of 20 fields specified on the embassy's site. Selection of the field not included in the list may be subject to disqualification. So, the very first thing is field of study. Here, I chosen computer science or information technology and I have written alphabet S. Now, how did this come from? So all you have to do is go to this embassy's website here, right? This is the embassy's website, and in the research students page, you see in the fields of study, they have listed 20 fields. Okay, 20 fields. So all I want you to do is go to this section and see which is more relevant to you. Sometimes it's exactly not matching with you, but it is relevant to your adjacent fields. In that way, computer science, for example, if you're in AI, ML, or cyber security, it is still related to computer science. In that way, even for other departments, if you are in chemistry, there is a chemistry directly here. So just match what is matching with your current bachelor's and choose that alphabet here. So in this, you see computer science and technology is S. So I have chosen S. I have directly copied this and pasted in my application. All right. You can remove this. You can remove this extra text. I'll delete it. And next, course applied. If you're applying for masters in Japan, then delete the doctoral part. If you're applying for PhD in Japan, then remove the masters part. Here, because I'm applying for masters in Japan, I am deleting the doctoral. And then I will also choose this. You should choose only one and delete the other one. Okay. This is how it is so far. So far, easy to understand. Now, name. Name is type your name, whatever it is. Here for demo, I have chosen Arjun Sharma as the name. And date of birth. The date of birth should be in this format: date first, month next, and year. So date first, 15th of August 2005 is the date of birth. And now the next part is age. Age on April 1st, 2027. It's very important. It's very important to calculate the age correctly. They're asking what is the age on the date of April 1st, 2027. So to get this age correctly, what I recommend is there is this website called Age Calculator. You see, you can search age calculator on Google and you'll end up here. So what you have to do is I'll just refresh it and show you. Okay, I'll just refresh it, age calculator. Okay, so this is age calculator. Date of birth, we have chosen August 15th, 2005. Is it 2005? This is the date of birth. Just confirming August 15th, 2005. And what is the date? We have to search for the date as of April 1st. April 1st, 2027. This is what they're looking for. You see, April 1st, 2027. And when I click calculate, it will calculate the age. You see what is the age? Age is 21 years, 7 months, and 17 days. You just need to mention 21 years. That is the actual age. Okay, from here, we will input 21 years as the actual age. And then current address, they mentioned do not omit city name. So city name is very important. So this is just a dummy name, flat number, the building name, which area, what is the city, city is Hyderabad, state is Telangana, the pin code, and the country. And next is contact number. Write only one. If it is more than one, mention it as an alternative. So just write one contact number. So this is a dummy contact number again. Write yours contact number. And finally, email ID, write only one. They mentioned it clearly, write only one email ID. And this is the email ID. This is also a dummy email ID. So remember that whatever email ID you are mentioning, send this application from the same email ID. From your email ID, whatever you're mentioning in this application form, send the Word document to the MOFA email using the same email. Okay, because this is the only way the embassy can contact you. So don't make any mistakes while writing this email here. Now coming to the image part. Here, you have to insert your photograph. Insert a passport size photograph here. The file size should not exceed 20 KB. 20 KB is too less of a size. So if you take your photo in a phone, it will be at least 1 or 2 MB. You have to compress your image from online websites. You search compress image compressor and make sure the image is less than 20 KB. The image is less than 20 KB, so it's a very small image. For the purpose of this demo, I have copied one image, and all you have to do, just erase this and just paste. Control V and paste. So this is a pasted image. This is also an AI generated image. It looks so realistic. It's generated by Nano Banana, but it's very realistic. However, this is how you have to attach your photo in the application form. Make sure this photo is less than 20 KB. This is the educational qualification section. This is just basic random data, but start from your 10th grade. The application will be like 10th grade, 12th grade, and bachelor's already filled. So you have to fill in these details. I just filled Kendriya Vidyalaya, Hyderabad, Telangana, India, and this is for the 10th grade. Passing of 10th grade is 2021. This is a percentage. Here you see that score must only be in percentage. So you have to make sure you have to convert whatever score you got. If you got in grades A, B, C, D, you have to make sure you should convert it into percentage. And how do you convert into percentage? Depending on your respective boards, you have to Google and search for the formula how to convert that grade into a percentage. So for 10th grade, for 12th grade, these are the details. Enter your details. And for the bachelor's degree, it could be anything. It could be BCom, BSc, BCA, BBA, anything. Here, as the student here is a BTech, so Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, you have to mention this. You have to mention what is your degree and which branch are you taking that degree from. Okay. And then which college here I have written BV Raju Institute of Technology, Narsapur, Telangana. And the year of passing is 2027. So if you note, the student has not passed out yet. So this is possible. All you have to make sure is by the time you are joining in Japan next year, you should have your degree certificate at hand. You should be passed by the next year. So till then you can apply it. So year of passing is in the future, next year 2027. And here the score is also mentioned 71.4% and up to the fifth semester out of 8. Currently, because all 8 semesters are not completed yet, according to the bachelor's, there are 8 semesters. For BCom and all, which is a 3 year course, there could be 6 semesters also. So, depending on which semester you are calculating your score percentage, you have to mention up to the fifth semester, this is my score. You have to mention the latest score out of 8 semesters. All right. So, this is about the basic educational qualifications. Now, as you move down, master's degree is not applicable. All right. So if you're applying for PhD, then this is applicable for you. But if you're applying for master's, because you have not done master's yet, so this is not applicable. And also for PhD, not applicable because you are applying for PhD. So you have not done yet. And any other national exam like NET, GATE, GPAT, etc., write your score. This is just an example, assuming the student has written GATE exam, right? Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, and the score is 96.86 percentile. If you have any other exams, any other national level exams, if you have the scores of that mention, this could help you in clearing the next round. It's not guaranteed, but it's still helpful. And relevant certificate must be pasted at the end of the form. Keep in mind the size of the whole document, which is 1 MB. They're saying that if you put gate score, you have to paste the gate scorecard at the end of this document and make sure the entire Word document does not again go beyond 1 MB. Okay. And one important part is this. Those whose scores are in CGPA, you must convert your scores into percentages. And how do you do that? Every university will have, or every college will have their own rules of conversion. So you have to use your university's rule to convert it into percentage. because in the future MEXT will ask you, how did you convert your CGPA into percentage? What is a proof? So you can show that formula from your university's website as a proof. All right. So this is how you convert everything into percentage. They only care in percentages. And below is the employment record. If you're employed, of course, this scholarship is also for the people who are already working. So if you're employed, you can still enter the name of the organization, name of the company which you're working, period of employment, when did you start, and what is your position, like a junior engineer, assistant, researcher, something like that. And job profile, what did you do in one or two lines? What did you do in your job? What do you do in your job? If you have multiple jobs, all they want you to do is you have to list the most recent job here first and followed in the chronological order. Next, 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 next. So I'm assuming if you're a student, you're not having a job, so you might not fill it. And also remember, only the full-time employment must be listed, not internships, not research assistant positions. I have mentioned research assistant on the top as assistant researcher in the example, but you should not mention that also. Only the full-time job application procedures will be counted, not the part-time, not the internship, not the research assistant positions. And if you go down, you have this score as a TOEFL, IELTS, or GRE. If you have taken any of them, write the score. Write the score. Because mixed application itself, they have their screening test, they have their screening of English language. So, of course, you have to write their own test first. But if you couldn't clear the embassy's English exam, still, if you have decent score of IELTS or TOEFL or GRE, you can still may be considered as a good English speaker. So this will help you only if you have the score. If you do not have the score, just leave it as it is. Do not write anything here. And next is the list of awards, the state, national, and international awards. If you have anything, please mention it. This is just an example. I have mentioned secured second place in the state level science Olympiad organized by Telangana Science Academy. If you have any of the recognized state level, national level, or international level awards, please mention it here. One more important thing I want to mention here is if you are less than 70%, you are not qualified. It's hard to digest, but anything above 70% is only considered. So please be aware before applying. And now, as we move down, now next comes the publication details section. If you have any research papers under your name, if you have published any research papers in any conference or in any journal, anywhere, you can mention it here, which journal it is published, who are the authors, and author's name in the same order as they appear in the publication. If in the paper you published, you are the second author, you have to mention in the same order where you are the second author and which year and volume and page number is it published, and DOI or direct link to the web page. If it is anything available, you have to mention it here. And it is mandatory. It is mandatory because this is a proof that your paper is actually published and it is online. If there is an impact factor, you should mention it and who is the publisher of the paper, all the details. This is for only those who already have papers published in their undergraduate or even in their masters. And master's thesis details. This is purely for students who are applying for PhD, who have done masters in India or who are currently doing masters in India. What is your master's thesis about? What is the title? What is your area of research? Who is the supervisor? What is the abstract of your thesis? And name of the publication out of master's thesis, if any. So this is for the master's students. This is one of the most important, in fact, the most important parts of our application form. So let us go through this particular section very carefully. This is the field of research and research plan. Now, enter your name and given name here, as the name is Arjun Sharma. This is the surname and this is the given name, and nationality, India. Before moving forward, we have to understand what rules are they mentioning here in points 1, 2, and 3. Points 1, 2, and 3 states in the first point, it says that specify your research theme and plan in line with items 1 and 2. Items 1 and 2 are below. This is item 1 and this is item 2. So they are saying that whatever your research plan is, write it here. If plagiarism or fraud is discovered after selection, the selection will be cancelled retroactively. So make sure, do not copy paste from others. If let's say multiple applications come and it sees that all are having the same idea or the same theme or exactly copy pasted each other's ideas, this comes under plagiarism and fraud. So your application will be cancelled. So make sure whatever idea you're proposing is your authentic novel idea. Do not copy from your friends. If you're a group of friends applying together, please make sure give different ideas. And this sheet must be typewritten or written in block letters. If possible, please write in Japanese. Okay, if you are writing it by hand, then they want you to write in all capital letters. If you're typewriting it, then it's fine. We are doing it online. If possible, write in Japanese. Of course, don't worry about that right now. Write in English. This sheet must be created within 2 pages. Additional materials may be attached if necessary. Both a single side and dual side printing will be accepted. So, whatever proposal you are showing, make sure it is within 2 pages. If additional materials are necessary for you to support your idea, then you can attach it below this Word document, and make sure again the size should not exceed 1 MB. Now, coming to the past and present field of study. The past and present field of study. Given your situation, Arjun Sharma is a student of BTech third year studying computer science. And previously, he has done maths, physics, chemistry in his 11th and 12th. So that is what you have to mention. Past field, science stream in high school, maths, physics, chemistry, and English. Present, BTech in computer science and engineering, currently third year, fifth semester completed. Be as specific as possible in mentioning your field of study. Describe articulately the research theme and plan you wish to carry out in Japan. Specify particularly the ultimate goals of your research in Japan. Okay, let's see. Now, I have chosen this particular theme in order to also teach you something what makes this application stand out. Okay, this is also a lesson in how to write a good application. Developing a natural language processing based cognitive decline detection system for Japanese elderly care. A machine learning approach to early detection of dementia indicators through speech and text pattern analysis with development in resource limited rural healthcare settings across Japan. Now, let's take a step back and understand why I have chosen this theme. What is the reason? When you're applying for scholarship, any scholarship in Japan, just imagine, why will Japan select you? Is it just because you're an intelligent student? Is it just because you have a good academic background, you have studied in some top universities in India? No, there are many students like that. Why Japan will choose you is they want to know how you will use your knowledge to help Japan, and not only help Japan and rest of the world, right? You have to understand what are the core problems in Japan, and then you have to pitch how you can resolve it, how you can help resolving that issues. Let's take this example. 29% of Japan's population is aged above 65 years old. So, the senior citizens in Japan are increasing. Now, what about their healthcare? What about their cognitive issues? What about the issues of loneliness? What about the issues of old age care places? So, there are many things to care about. This is just one example. Japan, as you know, also has issues with earthquakes, with tsunami, with natural disasters. And Japan is also very good at robotics. Japan also strives for clean energy. So there are different domains which currently Japan is working, and Japan is facing challenges to resolve. Now you, as a research scholar, research student who is studying in Japan, you want to tell Japan This is my knowledge, and this is how I want to solve your existing problem. All right. So that is how you bridge whatever knowledge you have and whatever Japan is currently facing, whatever issue the country is facing. And you will say that I am the bridge. I can help you achieve this. So exactly that's what I have done in this example is using my computer science background and machine learning knowledge. I can help you detect systems of early indication of dementia through speed and text pattern analysis, right? So this is just one proposal based on your bachelor's background. Choose that problem which Japan is currently facing and confidently write how you are approaching to solve it. And one tip is do not write it too long, at least in the research theme part. This is a research theme number one. Just confine it to 3 to 4 lines max. Do not write it way too long because the section to describe more in detail is below. We'll also go there now. All right. So this is research theme part. I hope this is very clear. I hope this is very informative because this will define who will clear and who will not clear. So be very careful in how you are writing your research plan, exactly how you are targeting the Japan's needs and matching with your expertise. Yeah, this is where you get your chance to describe in detail what exactly and how exactly will you do. So I have divided this section into 4 parts. The first is the background and the problem statement. As I've mentioned, what is the problem statement? It is aging population in Japan with the age of 65 years, and they are 29% of the population. And for this, you have to do a lot of research. You have to read some articles, some blogs, some news about Japan, some latest things in which Japan is investing money right now. So this is how you get your information of problem statement. What is the biggest problem in Japan? And research objectives. What are the research objectives? What exactly will you do? What technical things will you use? Machine learning, natural language processing on Japanese elders. So this is research objectives. And next is proposed methodology. What is the process? How will you collect the data? What algorithms will you use? And how will you do step by step? How will you get accurate results? So this is a proposed methodology. And finally, expected outcomes and contribution to Japan. What will be the expected outcome of your research? And how will that outcome benefit Japan? This is a 4 step framework in which it's better for you to write your research plan here. It's pretty crystal clear. It exactly addresses the issue. It makes the reader understand what methodology are you applying here and how will it benefit Japan. Okay, 4 stages, perfectly clear. And one more thing I want to caution is don't use ChatGPT to write this. All right. The idea, the research plan, come up with your own. Come up with your own plan, own research methodology. You can use AI to draft it. You can use AI to write it in nice words. But you should not use AI to generate an idea for yourself. Yeah, completely out of the blue, asking AI, hey, generate some ideas for me. You are doing some big work in the future as a researcher in Japan. So it is your responsibility to go on Google, do some research, understand the problems, and research on what new methodologies are advances in machine learning and deep learning currently. Make this research because you are now will be in a responsible position as a researcher. All right. So please take this step seriously. Don't use AI to generate ideas. Use AI to draft your proposal properly and professionally, but not to generate it out of the blue, some random ideas. Okay. And so this is the research objective and plan. Now coming to the final part. Okay. Final part is the placement reference application form. What are your choices of universities? You will be given 3 choices, and remember that once you fill this and submit, you cannot not change this anymore. You cannot change your choices. So please research the choices as well. Go to Google, type the universities, whatever field you're interested in, which university is offering that field, which professor is leading that lab. Everything must be searched and entered here. Just as an example, I have taken this example. The first option is the University of Tokyo. And what is a graduate school? The Graduate School of Information Science and Technology. And who is the professor? The professor is Yutaka Matsuo, is the professor's name. So I want you guys to search like this for your particular use case. What domain, which university, who is the professor? Three top choices. Come and fill it here. Okay. So this is how you fill your preliminary application form. This is the end of the preliminary application form. Fill it carefully, take your time. I know it feels very overwhelming when you're starting at a blank application form and the deadline is approaching. The form is long, you're confused how to fill it. But take your time slowly. This is very important. This decides whether you'll pass through the next level or not. Take your time, especially in the research plan. Make sure you email to the right email ID, which is this one, and make sure the size is less than 1 MB, including the photos and the additional information which you are pasting as proofs if needed. And that's it. This is the complete application form, how you fill it, the preliminary application form. I hope most of the things are clear. In fact, all of the things are clear on how to fill this application form. And again, research a lot about the problems of Japan, what is Japan currently facing, and how you can bridge the gap. That is the selling point of your application. So take your time. Also, research the professors who match your expectation of research and write their names. Again, do not contact them right now. Do not email the professors right now. But this is the entire application form. I hope this is crystal clear. I hope you have no doubts in this application form. Convert it into Microsoft Word format, not even Google Docs, no PPT, no PDF. Microsoft Word format, and email to the email ID from the email ID which you have mentioned in the form of your email ID. Okay. So this is the complete application form. Finally, we are done with this long but also important preliminary application form. I hope this is very, very helpful to you. And I wish you, all of you, all the best. I wish you great strength in toward this process of next application. And all the best, and see you all in the next video.